Hi, good morning, my dear student. Today we are going to discuss your class 12th history, chapter 2nd, Kings, Farmers and Towns. King, Farmers and Towns. My dear student, today we will try to understand the Asoka Dhamma. Dhamma of Asoka. This is Asoka's Dhamma. Dear student, if you have remember my previous class, where I was discussed about the Kalinga War. Kalinga War, Asoka, when he was thrown, he decided to conquer Kalinga. In 261 BC, he attacked on Kalinga and thereafter he conquered. But what happened in last? No doubt to say that he was conqueror. Kalinga became the part of the Maurya Empire. But a lot of casualties happened in Kalinga War. The 1 lakh people, they were killed. And 1.5 lakh people, they were arrested or captured. And number of the people they have to left their houses. Having seen the situation of the Kalinga War, Asoka decided that in future, I will not involve himself in war. And he started the Dhammaghosh. Meaning of Dhammaghosh, I was discussed with you in my previous video. Dhammaghosh का क्या मतलब था मैंने आपको पुरानी क्लास में बताया था. He took step for the welfare of the people and step for the welfare of the people and animals. He announcing the ethical and moral principle. My dear, he felt that Dhamm policy is one of the best policy to unite our state. Actually, the Asokan Empire was very fast. It was widely spread from the Afghanistan to Karnataka, Bengal to Gujarat. No doubt to say that the area was very expanded. So that's why Asoka decided that we have to regulate administrative policy. It would not be the suppressing steps. It would be to develop the moral and ethical values in their own citizens. And Asoka launched their Dhamma. अशोक ने अपने धम्म को लॉन्च कर दिया. क्या था अशोक का धम्म? अशोक के धम्म की क्या विशेषताएं थी? बातें करते हैं, देखते हैं इन चीजों को. माय डियर, let us come and try to understand about the Dhamma of Asoka. There is no doubt that Asoka's personal religion was Buddhism. I was informed you in your previous class that according to Bhabru and Bharat inscriptions, was very clear that Asoka adopted the Buddhism. He was follower of both religion. But as a king, as a ruler, was he followed Buddhism? Their inscriptions, what he explained? Was he wrote some teachings of Gautama Buddha on their inscriptions? No, never. Always he wrote about the ethics and moral values. Their main aim to improve the moral ethics in their citizens. My dear, that's why I am saying, if there is no doubt of the Asoka's personal religion was Buddhism. In his Bhabru edict, he say he had full faith in Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Though the Asoka accepted Buddhism as his main faith, it would be wrong to think that he forced Buddhist ideals in his subject. He showed respect to all sect and faith and believed in unity among ethical and moral values of all sect. Rock Edict 7, he says, all sect desire both self-control and purity of mind. Edict 7. Ashoka Edict 7. What he explained? What Ashoka explained? अपने 7वें शिलालेख में अशोक कहता है, क्या कहता है? He says, all sect, he said, he says, all sects, he says, all sect desire both self-control, desire both self-control okay, and purity of mind. Purity of mind. This is a very important line. वो कहता है कि all sect desire both self-control and purity of mind. Second, that is the very important thing which I want to share with you, that in Rock Edict 11, Rock Edict 11, Rock Edict 11, he says, क्या कहता है वो? He says, Ashoka says, कहता है, he pronounced his policy of equal respect to all religious, of equal respect to all religious, sect. Okay, my dear, he pronounces his policy of equal respect to all religious sect more clearly. two statements that is very clear explain the Dhamma of Asoka. My dear, Asokan Edict 7 and Asokan Edict 12 clearly explain the main theme of Dhamma of Asoka. Main theme of Dhamma of Asoka. First, I would like to tell you the Dhamma, the word Dhamma, that is Pali word. That is Pali. Dharma in Sanskrit. What is the meaning of dharma? Here I would like to tell you about that. The definition of dharma is different in the Brahmanical text according to Buddhist literature and according to Asokan edict, rock edict. What is difference between? According to Bhagavad Gita, what is dhamma? Dhamma, it means dharyati iti dhamma, which we put it on, which we put on. हम जो धारण कर सके, हम जो ग्रहण कर सके, वो धम्म है. According to Rigvedas, धृति क्षमा दमोस्तेयम शौच मिंद्रियम निग्रह धी विद्या सत्यम क्रोधो दस्माकम धर्म लक्षण. That is what I am saying. That is the definition of Brahmanical text, Dhamma. But according to Buddhism, as you know that, without any hesitation, we can say that Asoka, he was the follower of the Buddhism. According to Buddhism, what is Dhamma? Dhamma is Buddham Saralam Gacchami, Dhammam Saralam Gacchami, Sangham Saralam Gacchami. Dear student, it was also accepted by Asok in his Bhabru Virat edict. But according to Asokan inscriptions, what is the meaning of Dhamma? My dear, without any hesitation, you can say that Asoka always focused the moral and ethical values of the human beings. Non-violence, kind-hearted, gentleness, soberness, social welfare of the state concept is in the policy of the Asokan Dhamma. That is a different. Okay, that is the Dhamma. And he defined his Dhamma, which is given in their inscriptions. कि धम्म क्या है, वो उसको एक्सप्लेन करता है अपने इंस्क्रिप्शंस में, अपने रॉक एडिक्ट्स में. सेकेंड एंड सेवेंथ पिलर इंस्क्रिप्शंस में कहता है कि कियंचु धम्मे, व्हाट इज धम्म? एंड ही रिप्लाइड, ही आंसर्ड हिमसेल्फ दैट अपासीनवे बहु कयाने दया दाने सचे सोचे माधवे साधवे च. एंड फर्दर एक्सप्लेन अनारंभो प्राणानाम अभिहिंसाम भूतानाम मातारी पितरी सुसुसा थेर सुसुसा दास बतकम सम प्रतिपति मित संस्तुत नटका नाम समला नाम अपव्ययता अपभांडता. These are the lines given in the rock edicts. This is the actual what he wrote in their instructions. I would like to explain it. I would like to translate in English also in my this class. So don't worry, I try to understand the Dhamma. Okay, my dear artists, going to start again Dhamma. I would like to especially indicate the Rock Edict 7 and Rock Edict 12. In Rock Edict 7, Asoka says that all sects desire both self-control and purity of mind. सातवां शिलालेख अशोक का कहता है कि सभी धर्मों के लोग मन की शुद्धता और प्योरिटी ऑफ माइंड और सेल्फ कंट्रोल आत्म नियंत्रण में विश्वास रखते हैं. एंड इन रॉक एडिक्ट 12 he says, he pronounces his policy of equal respect to all. Equal respect to all, that is the word. Very important word. Equal respect to all religious sect. More clearly, my dear Asokan, it means first time in Indian continent the secularism or secular policy given by Asoka. Not only in the Indian continent, throughout whole world, the first time who thought about the secularism, that was Asoka. Live and let other live concept given by him first time. What? Live लीव एंड लेट अदर लीव, जियो और जीने दो की संकल्पना भी सबसे पहले अशोक ने ही अपने टेक्स्ट में दिया. माय डियर, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम सेइंग द रोल ऑफ धम्मा, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन मॉरल हिस्ट्री. दो अशोका एक्सेप्टेड बुद्धिज्म, his main faith, it would be wrong to think that he forced Buddhist ideas his subject. He showed respect to all sect and faith and believe in unity amongst ethical and moral values of all sect. And as I told you about the Rock Edict 7 and Rock Edict 12, he clearly pronounced the policy of equal respect to all religious sect. More clearly, he said that the honors all sect and both ascetics and laymen with gift and the various form of the recognition. Recognition, that is the very important. After the Kalinga war, the greatest idea and objective before Asoka was the propagation of Dhamma. The Dhamma was explained in Asoka's edict is not religion or a religious system, but a moral law. Dhamma of Asoka, what is Dhamma? That is a moral law. Moral law. Okay? That was moral law. A common code of conduct. A common code of conduct. So, in short, we can say that Dhamma of Asoka, that is nothing. It is only the moral law. It is a code. It is common code of conduct for all human beings. लोगों को एक साथ रखने के लिए, एक यूनाइट रखने के लिए अशोक ने अपनी जो विचारधाराएं दी वही था. उसके मेन एम मोरल लॉ था. इथिकल ऑर्डर भी कह सकते हैं इसको, एक शब्द और दे सकते हैं, इथिकल ऑर्डर. इथिकल ऑर्डर. अब इसके लिए तीन शब्द हो गए हमारे पास. इथिकल ऑर्डर कह सकते हैं अशोक के धम्म को, मोरल लॉ कह सकते हैं अशोक के धम्म को, और कॉमन कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट कह सकते हैं अशोक के धम्म को. वी कैन से दैट इट वाज द कॉमन कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट, इट वाज इथिकल ऑर्डर, इट वाज मोरल लॉ. माय डियर, you should never forget that this type of policy was implemented by Asoka first time in Indian continent. In Pillar Edict II, Asoka himself put the question, what is Dhamma? Then he Pillar Edict second. He asked, what is Dhamma? He asked himself, Pillar Edict. कब किसमें पूछता है? Pillar Edict. Pillar Edict सेकेंड है 7, दोनों में पूछता है कि व्हाट इज धम्म. He answered in 7. मतलब इट मीन्स पिलर एडिक्ट 7 में उसका आंसर देता है, धम्म की परिभाषा बताता है, और धम्म की परिभाषा बताते हुए कहता है वो धम्म क्या है, तो एक्सप्लेन करता है वो धम्मा. आई मीन टू से दैट देन ही enumerates the two basic attributes are the constituents of dhamma, less evil and many good deeds. दो वर्ड, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट वर्ड. क्या कहता है? लेस इविल एंड गुड डीड्स. लेस इविल एंड गुड डीड्स, दो चीजों की बात करता है. दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स. सो टू वर्ड दैट इज द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, लेस इविल्स एंड गुड डीड्स. इट मीन्स कि अशोक दो शब्दों में बताता है. अगर सामान्य रूप से साधारण रूप में धम्म क्या है की परिभाषा अगर बतानी हो तो अशोक कहता है अपने अभिलेखों में कि इट इज द कंस्ट्रेंट ऑफ धम्मा, लेस इविल एंड मेनी गुड डीड्स. ही सेज सच इविल एज रेज, cruelty, anger, pride, and envy are to be avoided, and many good deeds like kindness, liberality, truthfulness, kindness, truthfulness, gentleness, self-control, purity of heart, attachment to morality, inner and outer purity, etc. are to be pursued vigorously. My dear, if you will read the Ashokan inscriptions without any hesitation, you will influence with them. What he wrote, जीवन जीने के सामान्य तौर तरीकों को कितने अच्छे से बताता है. कहते हैं कि आपके अंदर किन किन गुणों का समावेशन होना चाहिए एक अच्छा व्यक्ति बनने के लिए. सबसे पहले जब वो ये कहता है कि सभी लोग मन से पवित्र हैं और आत्मसंतुष्टि आत्मनियंत्रण के लिए काम करते हैं, वो कहता है कि किसी को भी दूसरे के धर्म की कारण बुराई और अपने धर्म के कारण निंदा नहीं करनी चाहिए. इट मीन्स he pronounces his policy of equal respect to all religious sects more clearly. And धम्म को बताते हुए कहता है कि धम्म क्या है. जब वो कहता है एक लाइन, कितनी अच्छी बात कि आई होप यू आर गेटिंग अंडरस्टैंड दैट लाइन. व्हाट इज धम्मा? देन इट enumerates the two basic attributes or constituent of dhamma, less evil and many good deeds. लेस इविल एंड मेनी गुड डीड्स. लेस इविल, कम पाप करिए, और मेनी गुड डीड्स, अच्छे गुणों को अपने अंदर लाइए. क्या काउंटिंग करता है उसकी, एक एक को एक्सप्लेन करता है, बताता है. ही सेज सच इविल एज रेज, क्रुएलिटी, एंगर, प्राइड, envy are to be avoided, and many good deeds, kindness, gentleness, truthness, attachment to morality, inner and outer purity, liberty, are to be proceeded vigorously. My dear, sorry, extremely sorry. Okay, Asoka in Rock Edict 12 and many other edicts prescribed the following code to be followed. First, obedience to mother and father, elder, teaching and other respectable person. Second, respect toward teachers. Third, proper treatment towards ascetics, relation, slaves, servants, and dependents, the poor and the miserable friends, acquaintances, and the companions. Fourth, liberty towards ascetics, friends, comrades, relatives, and the aged. Fifth, the abstain from killing to living beings. Sixth, non-injury to all living creatures. Seventh, spending little and accumulating little wealth. 8. Mildness in the case of all living creatures. 9th, truthness. 10th, attachment to morality. 11th, purity of heart. Thus, Asoka tried to install moral law, Dhamma, as the governing principle and force in various sphere of life. In every sphere of life. Asoka tried to install moral law as the governing principle and force in every sphere of life. Dhamma of Asoka, thus, is a code of moral and virtuous life. He never discussed God or soul or religion as such. He asked the people to have control over their passion, to cultivate purity of life and character in the innermost thought, to be tolerant to other religion, to abstain from killing or injuring animals and have regard for them, to be charitable to all, to be the respectful to present teachers, relatives, friends, and ascetics, to treat slave and servant kindly, and above all to tell the truth. My dear, if you read the whole Dhamma of Asoka without any hesitation, I can say that you will be highly influenced with them. अशोक वो पहला शासक था जिसने पहली बार कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट, इथिकल ऑर्डर, मोरल लॉ जैसी बातों पे ध्यान दिया। अशोक पहला शासक था जिसने लीव एंड लेट अदर लीव की कॉन्सेप्ट पे काम किया। अशोक पहला शासक था जिसने लोगों के कल्याण के लिए खुले दिल से उसने काम किया। यद्यपि वो बौद्ध धर्म का अनुयायी था, लेकिन कहीं भी वो अपने इंस्क्रिप्शंस में बौद्ध धर्म का उल्लेख नहीं करता। वो धर्म का उल्लेख ही नहीं करता, वो गॉड का उल्लेख नहीं करता, वो कोई नया सेक्ट नहीं चलाता। और आश्चर्य की बात तो ये थी कि भिन्न भिन्न क्षेत्रों में उसने भिन्न भिन्न भाषाओं में अपने लेख लिखवाए कि सभी लोग आसानी से उसे पढ़ सके। भाषा प्राकृत थी, द इंस्क्रिप्शंस लैंग्वेज ऑफ प्राकृत। It was easily adaptable. Everyone can accept it, everyone can adopt it. सभी लोग उसको अडॉप्ट कर सकते थे, एक्सेप्ट कर सकते थे। इस तरह का अशोक का धर्म था। जब धर्म को और ज्यादा एक्सप्लेन करते हुए वो अशोक कहते हैं कि ये क्यों आवश्यक है ये व्यक्ति के लिए क्यों जरूरी है। जब उसको और ज्यादा वो एक्सप्लेन करते हैं धर्म को, तो आप उन चीजों को पढ़ के आप कल्पना भी नहीं कर सकते कि एक शासक जो आज के करीब 2000 साल पहले हुआ, जिसने मेन ह्यूमन यूनिटी के लिए, नेचर के लिए उसने काम किया, उसने उस चीजों को सोचा। अशोका नॉट ओनली preached but also practiced these principles. He gave up hunting and killing of animals. He established hospital for human and animals and made liberal domination. Liberal, I mean to say that he tried to establish the institutions which help hospitals, which helped the animals and men also. My dear, animals and made liberal donation to the Brahmins and ascetics of the different religious sect. He erected rest house, caused wells to be dug and trees to be planted along the road. After the Kaling War, Ashoka adopted Buddhism, one of whose the cardinal doctrines was non-violence and non-injury to living beings. Ashoka took for the propagation of Buddhism. He conducted Dharma Yatra and instructed his officials to do same. He appointed the special class officials called Dharma Matra, whose sole responsibility was to propagate Dhamma among the people. My dear, this is what I am saying. He was not only preaching, he was not only big a rat, but he tried to follow himself. उसने ये सब खुद भी किया. That is the pointable fact. एक महत्वपूर्ण बिंदु है जिसको आप ध्यान दें. तो ये धम्म है अशोक का. आई थिंक आप बहुत कुछ समझ गए होंगे. इसके बाद हम देखेंगे, धम्म के बाद हम फर्स्ट सेंचुरी के इतिहास को देखेंगे, हम कुषाणों के इतिहास को, सातवाहनों के इतिहास को पढ़ेंगे और गुप्ता हिस्ट्री को देखेंगे. तो आज के लिए इतना ही. फिर मिलेंगे. गुड बाय एंड टेक केयर.